One day in a peaceful small village by a serene river, there lived a man named Nam. Nam was well known in the village for his gentle nature and willingness to help everyone. However, Nam always felt that his life was drifting by without purpose or direction. He often felt discontented with his daily work and could not find real joy in life. One day, Nam decided to seek answers for his life. He had heard about a famous philosophy professor living in the nearby town, known for his profound lectures and philosophical approach to life. Hoping to find clarity for his life, Nam decided to visit the professor. Upon arriving at the professor's house, Nam was warmly welcomed. The professor was an elderly man with white hair, but his eyes still sparkled with energy. After listening to Nam's concerns and dissatisfaction with life, the professor smiled and said, "I understand what you are going through. Life can sometimes make us feel lost and purposeless. But I have a small lesson to share with you. Follow me." The professor led Nam into a small room. On the table was a large empty glass jar. The professor said, "This jar represents your life." Then he took out a bag of large stones, each about the size of a fist. He carefully placed each stone into the jar until no more could fit. He turned to Nam and asked, "Is this jar full?" Nam looked at the jar, seeing that no more stones could fit, and nodded. "Yes, it's full." The professor smiled and said, "Wait." He then took out a bag of small pebbles and began to pour them into the jar. The pebbles rolled into the spaces between the large stones. The professor shook the jar slightly to let the pebbles fill all the gaps. Then he asked Nam, "Is the jar full now?" Nam began to understand the professor's point, but he still replied, "It seems full now." The professor smiled again and said, "Not yet." He took out a bag of sand and started pouring it into the jar. The fine grains of sand filled the remaining spaces between the stones and pebbles. "Now, is the jar full?" the professor asked. Nam replied, "Probably not yet." The professor nodded in agreement. "Exactly." Finally, he took out a jug of water and poured it into the jar, soaking the sand. Only then did he say, "Now the jar is truly full." The professor looked at Nam and explained, "This jar represents your life. The large stones are the most important things, your family, health, and friends. The pebbles are the other things that matter, your job, house, car. The sand represents the small stuff, the trivial things. If you put the sand or pebbles into the jar first, there's no room for the large stones. The same goes for life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, the daily to-dos and the mundane tasks, you'll never have room for the things that truly matter most." Nam listened and realized that he had been letting the small worries and daily tasks consume his time and energy, neglecting the things that truly mattered in his life. He felt as if a heavy burden had been lifted from his shoulders, feeling more clear-headed than ever before. The professor continued, "Life is not about filling each day with trivial tasks, but about making each day meaningful. Don't let the small things overshadow the important ones. Spend time with your family, take care of your health, and pursue your dreams. Those are the big stones in your life." Nam realized the importance of prioritizing the most important aspects of life. He thanked the professor and returned home with a refreshed spirit and a determination to change his way of living. From that day on, Nam started to prioritize the important things in his life. He spent more time with his family, took care of his health, and pursued his passions. He realized that when he put the big stones in the jar first, his life became more balanced and meaningful. Every day, Nam made time to enjoy moments with his family, care for himself, and follow his dreams. He no longer let small worries affect his life. The pebbles and sand were still there, but they only filled the remaining space, no longer taking up all his time and energy. Nam's life changed for the better. He felt happier and more fulfilled than ever before. Those around him noticed the change and learned from his new way of living. He became an inspiration to everyone in the village, encouraging them to focus on what truly matters and not let small things dominate their lives. Nam's story is not just about perspective in life, but also about the importance of controlling one's thoughts and maintaining honesty. Positive thoughts and an honest lifestyle helped Nam find meaning and happiness in his life. And the message the professor conveyed always resonated in his mind. Put the big stones in first and let the small things find their place. Years passed, and Nam lived a full and meaningful life. He was grateful for the valuable lessons he had learned and always tried to impart them to those around him. He realized that life is not about filling each day, but making each day worth living. And so, in the small village by the serene river, Nam's story in the glass jar became a legend, reminding everyone of the importance of perspective and prioritizing what truly matters in life.